everybody. Thanks for downloading the Voice of Bedlam podcast. I'm your host, Andrew Santoro. We got a great Friday show planned for you today. Just me and John. Devil John.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, as everybody kind of heard in the last episode, I guess I lived up to this devil's advocate role that I'm kind of approaching because I want to think of things of all different angles, and no disrespect to the parents, I just thought that there was a little more supervision that was needed to be required. The facility should have had more safety precautions for the exhibit, but I just want to because some people people are going to come after me about that. And
He was like, I listened to the playback.
Damn. Yeah, I don't want you guys to think I do have a nephew. I do understand how things can get out of hand pretty quick, but you know what is getting out of hand pretty quick? The growing emergence of cryptocurrency. All right. Now, for most of you people that don't know anything about cryptocurrency, click this link right here. All right. See, now I'm all up in your face now because the camera angle is a little bit closer, but on your screen, and also in the on our audio description, you can find a link that will explain to you the growing trend called cryptocurrency, and click on that link and get yourself locked in to the future.
All right. So should we roll things off with our daily breakdown?
Yeah, I think it's a Friday, and it's definitely time for our daily breakdown.
A little late on the drop.
Know.
All right, well, we're going to roll things off here with Alan Hearns, and he just got himself a nice little extension. He can earn it up to $40 million with the Jaguars over the next 4 years. All right, now he stacked up 1,031 yards off 64 catches, and I think he had 10 touchdowns in 2015, and he was only getting, I wish I got this much, $500,000, but now he's going to earn $40 million. He could earn $20 million guaranteed, so 50% guaranteed. I guess the gross value would be $40 million.
Alan Hearns is a disgusting wide receiver. I know in fantasy with Bortles down there, he was getting a lot of numbers, and I know anytime I seen him going up against him in fantasy, I always was like, dang, man, because I couldn't buy into the Jaguars then, but I'm definitely buying into them Jaguars now, and they're buying into him, and that's a perfect move on their part because they have a solid wide receiver in him. So why wouldn't you want to try to lock that down so that everybody who's fighting to stay relevant in this very pass heavy league right now, even though we're kind of deeming this year at least in my own opinion, that this is going to be the year of the running back, where there's a lot of emphasis on who has the best running back, and the team that has the best running back with yards is going to be the team represented in the championship.
See, now I semi-agree with that. I don't think it'll be enough running to be considered the year of the running back, but I think after this year, people are going to start saying, so is the running game coming back. I don't think it's going to be as big of an explosion. Do you know what I mean? But I do agree. But hey, going on with our screens over here, you think you can shrink it up a little over there?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. But Alan Hearns, on Thursday, the Jaguars announced the news about the contracts, and we were just talking about Blake Bortles. Now, I mean, he had a lot of interceptions this past year, but I mean, he's thrown a lot of touchdowns too.
Exactly.
And now, according to him, he's quoted as saying, A-Rob is obviously the guy that can go down the field, can jump, and make the big play. And what did he say? But he said this back in April, but he was quoted on it about the contract. Do you see it in there, John?
The Blake Bortles.
We're referencing an article from NFL.com.
And Hearns is Mr. Reliable. He doesn't drop a whole lot of balls, and is always right in place at the right time. And it doesn't say anything else. and then he goes.
Well, I mean, they're really getting a nice 1-2 punch at wide receiver.
Definitely, because you got Robinson on the other side.
Yeah, you got both Allens. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's going to be disgusting as long as because
But Bortles has got to keep that ball in the right jersey.
Exactly, but you know what? Speaking from having a young quarterback that had a lot of turnovers, now with a young franchise, being the Carolina Panthers, obviously. So. Cam Newton was throwing a lot of INTs for a while, and it took him a little while to really hone in to find out who he was. And really, last year and the year before, 2 years ago was about, I would say, his coming out party, where it was like, hey, remember that shine of brightness that everybody was talking about out of Auburn? Well, here he is. And he really solidified that last year with going into the season with no wide receivers that would get credit. And he made do with what he needed to get to the Super Bowl, but just came up short because that defense was ultimately disgusting, But that defense is looking different this year for the Denver Broncos. So, good luck. They're gonna see that. They're gonna see that slump.
Do we have anything else on in Jags news, John?
Yeah, actually, there is. According to Pro Football Talk, the team announced that they've signed the guard Patrick Omameh from free agency, and Jacksonville also signed a few other veterans. Kelvin Beachum, Mackenzie Bernardo, and Jeff Lincoln-Bach. Okay, and that's that's all
in the trenches and everything.
Yeah, so
they're really trying to build up that line, which is, I mean, maybe if they can get some better protection on Bortles, the interceptions will cut back. But basically, are the Jags for real? And do they have any chance to win the South?
Well, they definitely have a chance now because they gave themselves the chance now to do that by addressing the need that they needed to do. They needed to give Blake Bortles apparently a little bit more time because obviously you give those two wide receivers, both Allens, we'll say Allen times two,
Allen squared.
Yeah. Well, I don't see. I went to Easton, so we're not very good with math, But apparently, we got the metric system down pat. But we, with those two wide receivers, all you need is a little bit of time for them to break free and make a big play. But if your offensive line isn't creating, that protection for that for Blake to see the open wide receiver there, you're gonna have a bad day.
Yeah, I mean, I really could see if the Colts are kind of a wild card. I mean, I think Andrew Luck will be all right.
Well, he's going to have to need to bounce back, but who does he have in his corner right now?
That's what I'm saying. What are the Colts?
I can't buy into him.
Yeah, exactly. So that's one down. And then, I mean, the Titans. Okay, the Titans are kind of possibly an up-and-coming team. I see the Jags as a more cohesive unit than the Titans
I see the Titans being the wild card this year. I
think the Colts are
although that's a really big sneak peek into my who postseason look, because I already think I know who's going to be in the postseason this year.
See, I'm not ready to put the Titans in the postseason. I think Titans will make a little noise this year. Maybe they'll be like the Jets. Maybe not as
Dorial Green Beckham and Delaney Walker. You got the running back situation now that has drastically enhanced. DeMarco Murray, Derrick Henry. And they got
remember these
Bishop
Titans.
Sankey. Yeah, exactly. Remember these Titans. Go to voiceofbedlam.com. Read that article that
Who wrote it?
Somebody wrote that. Me. Oh yeah, I wrote that. See, and honestly, I am buying into them. So I want everybody to remember them because they're going to be that wild card team that people are going to have to watch out for. Because if they make the moves like they need to, and their young quarterback makes the progress that he's and he continues on that trend, they're destined for greatness in that division.
All right, so we're not strong on the
South
Colts.
got strong though.
Who's the fourth team in the AFC South?
The Houston Texans.
Oh, ooh.
That's what I'm saying. It's so
The
strong.
The South is really shaping up to be a division.
Yeah, it's a really strong division down there in the AFC South now.
But I mean, it's there. But all the teams have question marks to them. I see the Jags. Because think about it. They got Brock Osweiler down there in Houston.
Yes,
Houston's got a
that's
great
a question mark,
roster,
yes.
but that's a huge question mark. And I mean, then you don't know how Luck is going to play back off an injury.
So
and when
question
he
mark.
was playing,
So that's mostly
it
two
wasn't
quarterbacks,
that great. And then the Texans is all based on projections. And now I'm not even saying you're being too generous. They look like a good team on paper.
And Mariota looks great.
But I mean, I've seen it a little bit more with the Jags than I have with the Titans, and I got to give the Jags, I think, the
They're
edge
the 1 and
in
2.
the division.
Yeah, I can alternate them. I can alternate the two. Honestly, I could.
Houston's just in there, and it's rough.
And that's the
Houston's
biggest
the
part
wild card.
because that's
who the wild card is. I think we've made a case for each team in the division to be the wild card.
Yeah, because based off of the players that they have now and what we've seen of them and what we know of them, coming out of college, we have these thoughts of who's going to be able to perform. And now that we've seen some of these rookies transition into the pro system, such as Marcus Mariota, he's doing very great. He's doing very great, man. Where's my English? He's doing very well. He's doing very well with that transition.
Diploma you got.
I know. I was trying to gather the sentence before I said it. Oh man, you got to hold your cadence, boy. But anywho, he's really showing improvement, and not only that, with the running game emerging in that sector, they're going to be doing great things. And not only that, they got some decent wide receivers. They got a solid tight end that I bought into, at least in fantasy wise, Delaney Walker.
Oh, absolutely. He had the best year of his career last year. That dude went off.
And
a contract year.
Exactly. And Dorial Green Beckham, man. That's all I'm going to say about that.
All right, well, let's tell you guys about one of our sponsors, and that's Breezy Insane LLC. As an independent musician, there are many struggles, whether on the road or in the studio. At Breezy Insane LLC, they aim to make independent musicians' lives easier.
Yeah, they will provide you guys, all right? And I'm speaking you guys because, I know there's a lot of musicians out there listening to us because I'm a musician, he's a musician. We're all like-minded in that sense, all right? We operate on that frequency. So, that we need help sometimes to boost out to new audiences. Well, Breezy Insane LLC is going to help you reach out to those different demographics and reach those new audiences by providing you mass production on CDs and things, and also
at
using at no additional cost, but reaching out with state of the art marketing techniques to reach out to all those demographics effectively. All right, so stop worrying about how you're gonna get yourself clean and not smelling so bad, and stop worrying about if the trailer tire pops, because they're going to have you covered for beauty products, roadside assistance, and they have tons of partners that are ready to help. And not only that, their prices are not going to break your bank. And when you're out on tour, stretching them dollars is important.
Yep, they give you the chance to focus on the music and let them take care of the challenges on the road. Breezy Insane LLC.
Hit them up today.
All right, now next up in the Daily Breakdown. Now look, I've always hated Warren Sapp. I'm just going to come out and say it. I hated him when he was a player. I hated him when he retired. I hated him when he was on NFL Network. I hate him when he slandered Strahan. I hated him when he got arrested last year. And now he's just showing. Now, as I have it titled in our notes, it says Warren Sapp, still an a-hole. Because that's what I think.
Yeah.
Because this is
I'm glad that you title it that, because last week, man, I think I went a little ham on the feels of the expletives, but yeah, honestly, my opinion of Warren Sapp, he came out of the U, so
he's arrogant.
So he's arrogant automatically. So if you weren't, if you're questioning his bravado in that sense, he came from the U, and the U was in that era of swag, so. given that, he was a Tampa Bay Buccaneer for a long time, and then he, fizzled out as a Raider, so...
I forgot about him going to the Raiders.
Yeah,
but he's been pretty much out of the news. I mean, he was arrested in that prostitution sting right after the Super Bowl.
Yep.
I remember when...
yeah, it's just like,
when he bet... I forget how much money he bet on the Broncos to win the Super Bowl not last year, but against the Seahawks.
Yep.
Yeah, he lost a lot of money in that, and then he was in the papers. But now, the reason why, according to Ryan Wilson of CBS Sports, Timmy Jernigan, the Ravens' third-year defensive lineman, and he's a former Florida State standout. He changed his number to 99 to pay tribute to the Hall of Famer Warren Sapp. And Sapp was not too happy about this, hence why it's titled Warren Sapp, still an a-hole. On May 26th, the Ravens tweeted out that Timmy Jernigan has changed his number to 99 in tribute to @Warren Sapp. Sapp quickly replied, "How do I stop this? For reason being, he didn't get Sapp's blessing." Sapp, this dude's paying him tribute. He's saying for some reason he's a Warren Sapp fan, and he's saying, I want to model my career after this guy. And Sapp's like, yo, you didn't get my permission. I'm not cool with it. Now they know each other. They have each other's phone numbers, and Sapp doesn't know why he couldn't hit him up. He said, I told him before he left for the draft, whatever you need, I'll work it out. Do a little bag drills, whatever you want. Just let me know where you come from to South Florida, or I'll come to Tampa. Whatever you want, meet me at those places.
End quote.
But basically, it just ends with meet me at.
Meet me at, end quote.
But, yes, basically. So, but I mean, they know each other, and he's just saying he doesn't want him to have the number because he didn't get his blessing. And it sounds like it might be also because of his production a little bit, too.
Well, you know what? I think he just wears it, and he should get never mind. They can't alter the jersey anyway. So
no, but I mean, it's not even like he's on a team that Sapp played for. This is the Ravens. Do you know what I mean? And Sapp's trying to say that he should go out and be his own person and this and that, but plenty of people wear different numbers, and he's paying tribute to him and knows him personally. He's telling him anything you need, I got your back, and this and that. So this kid's like, I'm gonna go wear Sapp's number, and Sapp has a problem with it.
I pulled up Sapp's numbers here just to look at his career, because yes, he did. I forgot that he did 4 years. I thought he did 3 years as a Raider, but he was pretty unproductive as a Raider as well. Because overall he had 232 total tackles and 297 combined tackles. Now this is career, and 65 assists. 96.5 sacks, though.
Yeah, he had a lot of sacks, but I mean, he has no class. All right, him and Strahan, first ballot, you know what I mean? And
he had 4 INTs and 1 TD.
It's like the first time ever one candidate has led a smear campaign on another candidate, and you could tell how disgraced the players in the Hall of Fame really were, and because all they were saying was you can't be doing that. Yes, exactly. Exactly. It was ridiculous. It was ridiculous. And his whole thing was about how Strahan, the sack on Favre to break Gastineau's record, and how he fell. Dude, there's sacks like that every weekend. That's probably not the only sack that year that Strahan had like that.
Correct.
Plenty of people, it's still a sack. You know what I mean? And it doesn't even matter. It's not even just that. He was just campaigning against them, saying he wasn't productive. Michael Strahan was the anchor of a team that took down Brady and the undefeated Patriots as the biggest underdog in Super Bowl history. And don't get me wrong, this is not the only reason that I hate Warren Sapp.
Yeah.
But it's definitely about 50% of the reason. But I just never liked him. I don't like his attitude. I don't like how I don't like anything about him. I don't. And it's not outspoken bravado. It's just I don't like him. He just thinks he's intimidating, and I just don't like it. That's how he comes across to me.
Honestly, it just when you do something as distasteful as, somebody's going to pay tribute to you and say, hey, I'm going to wear that number 99 to, pay tribute to Warren Sapp, and then Warren Sapp's going to try to get all ego and, driven about, well, you didn't get my blessing. Well, guess what, sir? Honestly, I know you got a big mouth and that you came out of the U, and I got some respect for people that come out of the U, but you know what? There's also, a sense of class. You're a Hall of Famer now, bro. You know what I mean? You're not just that dude from the U anymore. You went through a professional football career, questionably, had your image, looked at, and still got a job as an analyst. And now you're a Hall of Famer. You got to conduct yourself with a little bit more dignity. There's a lot of players that are not in that Hall of Fame that deserve to be there, and you're sitting there. And they've conducted themselves with a little bit more, class and business.
Now, we're talking about the Hall of Fame. One other quick thing that just dropped. Apparently, Lawrence Taylor's wife has been arrested for domestic abuse.
Oh, this is
against the Giants' two-time Super Bowl champion Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah, but this is like domestic abuse 2 this week.
So who was it last?
Yeah, and not only that, like it was female on male.
Yeah,
2 times.
So, but apparently she admits that she cracked him upside the head with. They don't know what the object was,
but it lacerated him, huh?
3-inch gash in his head.
Oh.
And then she's also getting picked up on resisting arrest. LT has said he is not pressing charges at all. I don't know if he called the cops or if somebody else called the cops, but he's the one who bailed her out, and he said he's not pressing charges. So, but that's just a little thing in there.
Sometimes
LT, I never thought I'd hear the day where LT got beat up by a girl
and then paid for her to get out of jail.
Now, I mean, don't get me wrong, I have like autographed LT pictures hanging on my wall. LT is the greatest defensive football player of all time, hands down, period. No need for argument.
I'll give you one of, I don't know.
Okay, yes. It's very hard to say one, but now when it comes to defense, it's LT.
Because that.
But
era,
I mean, it's just kind of funny. I mean, this dude. Yeah, he's like the meanest, like that Theismann hit, and just he's out there like a crazed dog. You know what I mean? And now
definitely.
It's just weird to see him in the paper getting.
Yeah, you wouldn't expect it, but obviously.
But you know what? He didn't hit her back.
He didn't hit her back. He showed restraint, and you know what? But you know what? You don't have to show restraint with your unlimited library to audio books and movies and things. Okay, now for people that don't know about Audible is one of the largest selections of audio books. So if you read books occasionally and you just don't know if you got the right pace or not, Audible is in to save your day. All right, see, because I love Stephen King, but sometimes he just gets so long-winded. So with a 30-day trial, you can listen to somebody reading you the book while you're stuck in traffic instead of listening to some rehashed pop stuff that's cycling through the radio because your iPod cable is frayed away and I'm
a Spotify guy.
Yeah. Oh, everybody has their ways for streaming, but you know what? Sometimes it just doesn't work. So you know what? You go to Audible, you get yourself a book, and you educate yourself. Maybe even find a new, maybe find some meditation books or something, for our road ragers. Because I know I listen to a lot of podcasts, and
absolutely.
But to get that 30-day trial, go to audibletrial.com. Try them out today.
Absolutely. All right. Now the next thing I want to bring up here. Jeff Fisher believes that Tyvon Austin will rack up at least 104 receptions this year. Now, this sounds absolutely crazy.
No, not really.
All right, well, hold on. Listen to me. He had his best year.
Awesome.
Yeah, he had his best year last year with 54 catches. All right, his total receptions over his career.
But look who he had throwing to him.
Yeah, but who does he have now? A rookie quarterback. Who's in the backfield? Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley is going to rush. Todd Gurley rushed for over 1,000 yards, third in the league And
Okay.
so now Tyvon Austin's going to get 104 receptions off Case Keenum, Nick Foles / a
When you're
rookie.
done.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
When you're done. All right. You're done? All right. See, Tavon Austin's quick. All right. And with a young quarterback, that means he's got more elasticity in that arm. So he's going to be able to throw that bomb, man. And as long as Tavon gets that separation, he's going to be able to get those yards as long as because
he's more of a they got a lot of short mid-range passes though. They're not an aerial attack as much. I mean, the Rams are like a old school run first defense, nasty, rub some dirt in it, get back out in their team.
Todd Gurley is going to open up. Hopefully, he doesn't live up to the thing that I said that might happen. And I don't want to mention it again because I don't want to put it out in the universe too much. But as long as he opens up that and does the running game and opens up that passing game, Tavon Austin is going to be open out there, and as long as he, the rookie can get it out there in enough time, we should be all right. But I don't know. I trust the young arm getting the bomb pass out there, and honestly, he's quick.
See, they got Kenny Britt out there too.
But Kenny Britt is, he's down the downslope.
When that's true. But when you have Todd Gurley in the backfield, they're a run first team. Jeff Fisher has never had a complicated offense. He is Mr. 8-8, 7-9, whatever. But I mean, I just don't see his offense having 1,000-yard back and a receiver with 104 catches who only has 123 over his career with a high of 54 coming last year with a rookie quarterback. No, maybe the Rams are going to make some noise. He ain't getting no 104 catches. I think that's ridiculous with Todd Gurley on the team. And I think if he does get 104 catches with Todd Gurley on the team, they're misusing Todd Gurley somehow then. Yep. They're also saying, which kind of waters down Todd Gurley, they're going to be working a lot more shotgun in because for Jared Goff. Yes. You're going to be working a lot more shotgun in, and it's a big difference when you're a running back like him lined up a couple yards behind that quarterback, and now you're standing right by him. The way the whole offensive line, everything unfolds, the zone run scheme, it's all different, and it's just I don't know. I don't think it just seems too conflicting.
Yes, that's perfectly. It is conflicting, but you know what? You need both this year. This is going to be the year where
don't get me wrong. I think
maybe they might be the surprise wild card team to watch out for this year. With Todd Gurley and I don't know. Let's see. I don't know if a rookie's going to take them all the way though. It's very rare. I'm not going, but as a bull, I can't rule him out yet though. I can't rule him out until I see him playing professional football. I can't rule him out. I'm
not ruling him out. I'm just not expecting, the way the team's set up, it doesn't make sense. I don't think the Rams throw the ball that much, but I don't know.
Well, they're gonna move out on. Well, I don't know. With Gurley, they're gonna use him for. I see them honestly being that run first team, but that's still going to open up Tavon Austin on
You're
the long
absolutely
thirds,
right. You're
because
absolutely
sometimes they're
right,
gonna
but I don't see it happen 104 times.
But then
that's all I'm saying.
But then it opens up those play actions on second down, and I could maybe
like if he had
I don't know about
70 catches last year.
I don't know about he had 52 and he's talking about doubling to 104. I don't see that happening.
Exactly.
Honestly,
with Gurley and a rookie quarterback.
75.
Okay,
I'll give him 75.
Fine, and that's still a great year.
That's what I'm saying. Exactly. I could see him having a 75 catch
that happening, but 104, that's just ridiculous. I don't believe
it. But you know what?
Other thing that's ridiculous is
that
you can sign up if you donate to Autism Speaks through our friend at angelsfriendlygetaways.com. You'll be entered to win an all-exclusive trip to Mexico.
Yeah, so hit our sponsors of Angels Friendly Getaways and get part of this great fundraiser, guys.
Absolutely. You can donate to some kids that really need the help. You can get some good karma on your side and just do it because it's the right thing to do. And then you might also,
because
your kindness might be rewarded with a all-inclusive trip to Mexico.
What else could you ask for? Helping somebody and helping yourself, possibly.
And you can find that over at angelsfriendlygetaways.com.
But you don't know if you're gonna win unless you donate and help out. So donate and go to angelsfriendlygetaways.com and get your chance to win today.
All right, with that, Randall Cobb, he had a punctured. Huh?
Who? I'm sorry.
He had a punctured lung last year, and he's saying that he thinks it was because he was wearing an on-the-field microphone. So now he's saying he's never wearing an on-the-field microphone again. And according to Pro Football Talk's Josh Alper, Rogers said recently that he believes Cobb's injury was caused from the box, the
receiver. Yeah,
he believes that too. So does Cobb, and Rodgers in general doesn't like when people are wearing mics on the field at all. And one of his wideouts now, he's not going to be wearing them because he's getting beat up from radio equipment.
Well,
punctured lung is a big deal, man. He was coughing up blood. Like that's a big deal.
Yeah, in the audio field, we're trying to always think of the most compact and the most best sound delivering devices that we can. And speaking from the engineers aspect, because I guarantee it, they didn't intend for that to happen. But also, most of these devices and things are not made for people to be going out and getting balls like slung at them, and definitely not for full contact at times.
Well, that's similar to what Cobb said. He was quoted on ESPN.com of saying, if we were going on a Super Bowl run and we had the live feed during the game, it's pretty cool to look back and hear what you were thinking and hear what you were talking about. It's pretty cool in that instance, but I don't think it's worth the risk. All right, like I said, I mean, he was coughing up blood on the sidelines.
Yeah,
and,
definitely, I understand that.
It's just the sort of thing he'd like to avoid in the future.
Yeah, definitely, because you don't want to be coughing up blood. But honestly, it is it's the preseason, and there's the best chance for no pads really to. But I think the pads might have saved them a little bit, because then you can clip it to like the back of the pads, the box.
I don't know. He got a punctured lung, so I don't know.
No, I mean like because of the back, because of the plate, the way that the plastic is, so it mounts it to the back. So if anybody smashes into it, then that's you better have like a box protecting that.
Like a GoPro. I'm sure it's something like that.
Something like that, yeah. Because really, what it is just a it's probably a compressed a condenser mic, I should say. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So
it would have to be a condenser mic.
It's a nice little condenser, but with condensers, you need some phantom power, and like now technology is coming a long way with it, because now phantom power, you can start getting them in smaller little packages, but obviously, this raises the risk. Is it really that important to hear what's going on the field? And I think Randall Cobb is now saying it, and he's raising the question, which I think eloquently that Marshawn Lynch brought up. It's like, really, do you really need to hear what I need to say about this and how I feel, or what I ate for breakfast Super Bowl Sunday? No, you don't need to know that, because honestly, it's just all a farce, and you don't need to hear it. Just enjoy the game. If they want to do a post game to talk about how they felt about it or whatever, that should be voluntary. If you're
it is voluntary to wear the
it's not. It's I mean,
you mean the press conference?
For the press conferences.
I meant
but for on the field stuff, that should be completely. I don't understand that. Whatever happened to those high-powered condensers with the directional booms and stuff that they'd use for live broadcast for basketball and stuff? Why aren't they doing that? instead of miking up these people. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, but I mean, you're gonna get. I hear what you're saying, but
you're gonna
I
get a
think-
lot of other interference.
Exactly, they're getting a better sound quality, more direct. You're hearing them call out the play.
I really don't hear. I don't think
But
they
no,
need to
that's
hear
why
it.
they're doing.
If-
I think that's the difference.
But honestly, with Bluetooths and things
With them
like
little-
that,
with the thing you're talking about, it's kinda like having a bug
why
in the
can't
room.
why can't they have the same thing that the quarterback uses with his helmet?
but in a microphone.
Yeah, and then just upgrade it a little bit.
absolutely. Yeah, why not? That's a good point.
I'm sorry. I just
There you
like
go, John.
my brain's just
We're gonna
going,
patent that, and we're gonna go on that show with Mark Cuban, and we're gonna sell it. You like how I tied my name to it already?
Yeah,
right?
I see it. I see. We're sharing the platform here, so we have to
Watch, we probably sound all stupid. It's probably in the quarterback. No, it's not in the quarterback's helmet. No.
Well, yeah, it's in the helmet because
No, I mean a microphone though. Like
to upgrade that
Yeah, I got you,
ear
yeah.
set
Yeah, yeah.
and make it a two-way so that there's a condenser.
But the thing is, a two-way wouldn't be allowed, though. It couldn't be a two-way. It would just have to be recording. There couldn't be any type of monitor unless it was just going to the
well,
camera.
no, you
things,
put the
because that would be
mic on the
a
one
competitor.
side and you put the receiver on the other side because obviously you can't have the interference of those two because you can't be hearing stuff and then putting it back into that because you'll have a feedback loop.
Oh no, I thought you meant a two-way going back to the sidelines.
No, two-way communication. So having a microphone on one side, having the receiver on the other in the
I gotcha.
helmet, so that if anything, you put everything internally. You know what I mean? And if you have to clip something in the back, put it on the outside of the helmet.
Yep. Well, you can see players like Randall Cobb, Aaron Rodgers, not Michael Strahan, almost said him. You can see all
Almost.
them play on DirecTV. And
Actually, you probably can on NFL Films.
yeah, there you go.
Which is on
There you go.
DirecTV.
Which is on
packages.
DirecTV also. And you can get DirecTV over at 855-668-9061. That's 855-668-9061. They got some great promotions going on. Sign up now for the early bird special for the NFL Sunday Ticket and Sunday Ticket Max. They got a good discount where they're breaking it up this year. You don't have to pay it all in one lump sum anymore. They're breaking it up at a discount rate if you get it now. So go call up DirecTV at 855-668-9061 and get your free installation set up today.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's
Speaking
rock
of-
it on over. Rock it on over in this daily break.
Rocking over. We're gonna go down
Down to the bayou.
south, down by the bayou to
Born
go
on the
visit
bayou.
this. No, we're going down. Yeah, see, I know. See, I know it's born on the bayou, but we're going down
I
to
got
the bayou, and we're gonna be talking about Drew Brees, who's honestly, he's on his way out of the league. We all know that it's inevitable, but now he's weighing in on two sizable issues that are regarding their quarterback slot now. And according to the Yahoo Sports, the amount of guaranteed money that will be necessary to get a contract extension done with Drew Brees and finding out if it's properly grooming the player and who eventually, replacing him.
Yeah, the Saints don't want to find themselves in a similar situation as the Denver Broncos did with Peyton and Brock. Now
Yeah,
they were
'cause he
grooming,
upshipped and left.
They were grooming him, bailed, and kind of stuck with nobody. And Drew Brees is in his contract, the final year of his $100 million deal. But
Oh, yeah, I
check
remember
this
that.
out. Brees' agent, Tom Corden, now he's the agent for Sam Bradford, who somehow got $18 million per season out of the Philadelphia Eagles. He's also Manning's agent with his $21 million extension per year.
That's lunch money.
Which, by the way, had a $65 million guaranteed money in it. $65 million guaranteed money in it.
That's nice, though. That's a good payday.
So basically-
and he got 2 rings.
And if they restructure, like Brees is, pretty old now, 37. How much of an extension do they really want to give him? He has some injuries.
Injuries.
He has
They had some
history-
hinderings with his
history
injuries.
of injuries.
There you go.
And so but if you go back to the numbers that like Eli Manning, if you go back to those numbers, he's looking at a $95 million deal, $65 million
it's
guaranteed,
about $100 million again,
and 3 or 4,
60, yeah.
only a 3 or 4 year deal. That's talking about Brees being 40, 41. If he's got $65 million guaranteed out of that, that's more than 50%. So they'd probably have to hold on to him the way it would be stacked up to go 3 years. They'd be committing a lot of money to him till age 40. And what are they going to do about the backup position? You know what I mean? Well, not what are they going to do about the backup position, but who is going to take the throne?
Who's going to take that throne? Well, they're going to, right now.
They got one of the twins there, right?
Yeah, they got one of the McCowns, Lukey. Let's see. But honestly, other than that Verizon commercial where he was sitting on the thing, I don't think he
got some playing time last year, though.
Yeah, a little bit of time, but honestly, that team was just really bad on that defense, so it put a lot of pressure on that offense, and it wasn't very productive as much as well last year for them. But to the Saints, they're gonna have to draft somebody next year, honestly, that's going to be able to compete. But going back into with Brees, you're gonna have to give him a 2-year deal or structure out one of those like development deals over the course of maybe 3 years or so, because that's about max.
I mean, he's gonna get the same. He's gonna get a similar deal to Roethlisberger, Rivers, Eli, you know what I mean? Maybe more towards the Rivers side because he's a little bit older than them guys.
Yeah, but he's really much. I don't know. I honestly see him having like 3 to 4 years left. Like
I don't think so. I don't think so at all, man. I think Brees is. I think they're not going to give him the extension. They're going to make him play out the contract, and then he's going to hit free agency, and he's not going to have a great year this year.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to be a top dollar free agent. I mean, everybody wants to overspend on quarterbacks, but I think Brees might be entering the downslope of his career. I think he's already entered the downslope of his career. But you were talking about the Saints defense. Have you heard any of this Buffalo press conference with Rob and Rex out there together? Yeah, dude, he was trashing the Saints and the defense, and he was saying that it wasn't his defense. They basically took his manhood away on it. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Rob Ryan, there was plenty of cursing and colorful language in it.
Definitely,
I kind of enjoyed.
I kind of like them though. Yeah.
He was really slandering them, and I heard Sean Payton talking on Mike Florio's show, Pro Football Talk, NBC, and he kind of seemed like a little almost hurt by it. He was like, but still maintaining professional. He took the high road. That's what he did. And he said they were friends. He said, we were neighbors. He was like, we were neighbors. He's like, it sometimes is rough when you get fired. He denies the fact. He says it was Rob's defense, but everyone had a little bit of say in it. But there are unnamed sources that say, no, Rob Ryan is the one who's telling the truth. He was a puppet, and he didn't want to be.
Honestly, in those situations, you have to work with what you got, and not only that, those guys, they have a certain bravado, and not only that, they have a certain attention to detail to the game of football, and I've grown to appreciate it because they've turned some piles of turds into some gold, and it's just unfortunate for I like to think of him as Buddy Ryan, the
father,
the Luddy. I think of I'm sorry, my buddy, because he was the party goer down there in the Saints organization, and known to be out there enjoying a couple Mai Tais, if you will, and some good old spirits with the fans, but also, that defense that he was putting together down there fell apart, and ultimately that was the big issue for the Saints as well, leaving his defensive schemes to be questioned, and going into the future, though, hopefully that the Saints prove that it just wasn't one guy that ruined that defense, because they were last.
Well, I got to see it to believe it. And if you need to see it to believe it, you can get tickets to the Saints game from Ticket Software LLC at 866-853-3454. They don't just have football games. They got 83,000 worldwide events with some of the best security on the internet, 125% money back guarantee on all your transactions. So make sure you hit up Ticket Software LLC 866-853-3454 for any occasion. I mean, they do
Events,
plays,
concerts.
Yes, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
Opera.
866-853-3454.
Or if you can't go on the trip because you're like, yo, John, yo, Andrew, my money's tight, dude. My money's so tight. Well, then you need to get your credit score in line so that, you can stop paying so much to live.
How can we get our credit in line, John?
Well, you call Cura Debt at 844-255-6458. That's 844-255-6458. And that's Cura Debt. They're going to help you consolidate your debts and help you get those lower interest rates so that you stop paying more to live.
All right, John. Well, I mean, you got anything else for us today?
Actually, yeah, we don't have no 4-minute hut today because there was just a lot of different news items.
I mean,
if anything, yeah, it's OTAs, it's preseason, and then not only that, you know what I'm dreading?
What's that?
The dead zone.
Oh, absolutely, and it's coming.
It's coming soon. It's coming real soon. So you guys, you better get ready for, because I figure, I'm waiting for Madden to finally release all their stats and stuff so I can start, thinking about that. And not only that, you guys need to start thinking about that too, because remember, Voice of Bedlam's going to be doing a Madden franchise.
Yeah, absolutely. So you guys can get in on that. You guys can get in on our fantasy football draft that we're going to be having at Mother's sometime in August. Mother's Bar and Grill, East in the Circle. Great place. A lot of great shows. Good food. Great beer. Great woman. Come out. Hang out with us live. We're going to have people coming on the show. And we're also going to be doing some live shows from Giants training camp and Eagles training camp. So make sure you guys stay posted. You can find out all the latest information at thevoiceofbedlam.com.
Yeah.
A great blog looking for some new writers.
Yeah, so you want to make some money? Hit us up, because you can make some money by writing about your favorite football team. What sounds better than that?
Yeah, go over to voiceofbedlam.com, click on Become a Contributor, look at the list of requirements, and hit us up. All right, how's everybody doing out there today? Thanks for tuning in to this special edition Voice of Bedlam podcast. If you want to take that next jump with your business or company, you need to come over and advertise on the Voice of Bedlam podcast. Get your ad heard by thousands on a reoccurring basis. Just click buy now and send us your info. Thanks a lot, guys.